Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire, Horde Punching Bag, and I do not qualify because I am poor. Have a nice day.
Qualifeef.
I stumbled upon a chat room of Filipino ladies all trying to vie for the potentially rich white guys on Facebook, and it's all stuff like that. It's like, hello, I am 40, not great at life, please be kind. And I'm like, oh, baby girl, market yourself more.
How did you get here? Is it from all my random cousins that added you?
Yes, I believe one of your random cousins who added us all en masse subscribes to this service. And I'm like, oh, think better of yourself, girl.
When you started talking, I thought you were doing like a Doge meme. Like, can travel, will carry. Like, I was like, oh, Doge, I love Doge. But no, it's Filipino lady Facebook.
It's just women writing in limited English to like schlubby white guys. And the white guys don't even write anything about themselves. It's just like hashtag rich, hashtag millionaire man, hashtag millionaire America. And I'm like, oh, all these ladies, they really want him.
My kind of guy.
Yeah, I wonder if I qualify. But something equally interesting about people writing things that are suspect and interesting in their own way. Did you guys see the bad news about what's happening on my birthday this year?
Wait.
Yes.
No? Wait, what's happening on your birthday?
Yahoo Answers is being permanently shut down.
Okay, when are you gonna have a good birthday? Like, I feel like the past 3 years have been like just shit like this happening every single time.
Considering his birthday is Star Wars Day, I would posit never.
Always looked over by Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you, though. And also with you, viewers.
It's all about Revenge of the 5th. That's the real day. That's when the real crazies came out at Disney World, was Revenge of the 5th.
Wait, that's real? That sounds way cooler than Star Wars Day. Is that like an official like Disney holiday?
Mm-hmm. They just sell more Star Wars merch with like Mickey. But that's when you get like the real people, because they'd always like to come up to me and be like, I'm the smart guy. I have the secret holiday. And then everyone's like, yeah, and then there's Return of the 6th.
Okay.
Disney managed to make that entire week Star Wars themed somehow through like loose puns.
That's too many. As if one wasn't bad enough for poor Immune. His birthday week is tainted.
Speaking of one not being bad enough, we have a lot of reviews here, and I feel like, so thank you guys for this. Although I will label these first four as the Pizzagate 2021 reviews, and I feel like we're gonna read those ones this week, and a shot will be taken for each of them. So we do not break our promises here.
It feels like a setup to definitely from. I'm sure 4 individual people made these 4 reviews, right? Like. Right.
I don't see why anyone would lie to us, but I guess, yeah. So, who wants to take a shot for this first one here that I'm gonna read?
You know what? I will, because I think it's one of the better ones. This comes from William Seed. He gave us a 5-star rating. Wow, what a great podcast! Definitely the best podcast about WoW. Except for the delusional host Slidewhistle, who obviously is trying to steal my name, William Seed, and hates the literal best food in the world. I'm not sure who the guy he called out was, but apparently that guy has some great opinions. Lou Malnati's is the best pizza, the best food. P.S. I hope they release the Dark Portal Hearthstone because I've always wanted one, and even if everyone else has it, it will still be special to me, and I will use it all the time. In fact, I hope they just give it away for free. Eat that, imposter seed. Great podcast. I really cannot stress that enough.
Fuck you, William Seed, you piece of shit.
But thanks for the
I'm gonna fuck you. That's my job.
But, he does end it by saying that we have a great show, so I guess thanks.
I will take this shot for you, William.
Even though he has really piss-poor opinions on pizza.
So our next review is from none other than Proudmoore's Famous. I feel like you have to take the shot for this one, Slide.
Oh yes. This has to be from the legitimate, the one and only Kalis. I'm sure it's actually Kalis, right?
That's a big poll. I'm glad she likes the program.
Well, like I have news about Kalis, and she isn't the biggest deal anymore. Let me tell you that. But Kalis, quotes around Kalis writes in. This is the best podcast, full of humor and great info about the game we all love. However, there seems to be some misinformation from one of the hosts about pizza. I'm sensing a theme here. Honestly, I was sick to Wild's discussions because obviously one of the members, Wildseed, does not seem to understand what good pizza is. Is the greatest pizza, and if you don't like it, you probably don't like pizza in general. It is the #1 secret to being a good feral druid. Make sure you guys check out all the episodes. They're all great. I wish there were more time warps, honestly. Now, this is actually very important. Aaron, in the editing, I'm going to need you to go back, and I'm going to need you to bleep out where I said blank is the greatest pizza. Because I will not have this audio used against me in a court of law. I demand a bleep for that line.
There's like the clip part at the beginning of the best bakers. I think instead of like 6 or 7 clips, I'm just gonna have you saying Lou Malnati's is the best 8 times in a row.
Gee, thanks, Kalis. Even though there's big news on the Pharaoh Druid front. Oh, I have to get my shot ready over here. Kalis has been dethroned from her seat of power.
Yeah, she took time to write this review, and she lost the #1 spot by a second.
I was pouring my drink. I don't know by how much it is. Ooh, it's by a lot. Now, Camerex of Proudmoore is the #1 Pharaoh Druid on Proudmoore. And honestly, I feel like I have to avenge Kalis. Now, I have to climb the top, and I have to dethrone Camerex. The name just isn't even as cool. It's a Camerex. It's got a K in it.
That is not our girl, Kalis.
So I'm currently number 34. I'm going to claw my way up there. I mean, I only need 600 more points. Do you guys have any 19 or 18 keys I could run?
Boy, I got a 7.
I think I have a 15 this week, but that's all I got for you.
Okay, I'm taking this shot for Kalis, for Camerex, and for our secret review, or leaving us these secret reviews. Ugh. I was trying to make a joke and make a sound of me drinking alcohol, and instead of taking the shot, I sipped the top of this like an idiot. So I just like huffed some vodka up my nose.
Ooh, that's fun.
Oh, and he still has to take the rest of it.
Yeah, because I was making a sound effect for the pod, and now I fucking Okay, next one.
So I'll take this next one. It's short and sweet. It's a 5-star rating from Viper the Rapper. And Viper says, A1 podcast. Y'all cowards don't even like Lou Malnati's.
Now this one was interesting. Now this was the review that I think. Oh, here, I'm gonna get you a shot. I think it's possible that this review was left by another person who's associated with the person leaving the other 3 reviews. Because what is the reference here?
So the reference is Dogs with Jobs. Whenever they down a boss, they play that one song by Viper, like "Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack."
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was okay. Now I got it.
So I'm convinced this is definitely from Viper himself, and I will take a shot.
The patron saint of Dogs with Jobs, Viper D Rapper.
This one's to you, Vipey baby.
Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack.
It's funny because it definitely is. It definitely is their patron saint, whether some of them like it or not, because they play this song on loop whenever they kill a boss for the first time, and it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, they have a bot that comes into their Discord, and they usually just queue up the 10-hour version of it. So, I mean, I have it muted. I mean, I listened to it for like a few minutes after kill, but...
You just told the Viper that you mute his song when it comes on after you gave us a beautiful 5-star review? What's wrong with you?
He's gonna beat us up. He does cocaine, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So I feel like all three of us deserve to take a shot for this next one because, we've had our suspicions in the past that Ian himself listens to this podcast, and he decided to leave a review for us here on his account, Ian Hazuko. It's a 5-star rating, and let me just read it for y'all.
You have to do the Ian voice.
Okay, here I go. Hello all. Glad I have found your show. You three are very entertaining. Like the other reviews mentioned, Pizzagate 2021. I will say that I, myself, will side with Necro on this one. Every time I am in Chicago, I have to stop at Lou Malnati's and Portillo's. Also, it seems you are upset about your TCG Hearthstone. I'm sorry you feel that way. We are looking into giving them away to anyone who makes a character in the new Burning Crusade Classic. I hope everyone enjoys them, and we're all looking forward to seeing what's coming up in the Shadowlands 2. Also, if you have Necro's information, please forward it to me. We have been trying to contact him about a wonderful opportunity. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. 117 episodes. That's a lot of episodes.
I didn't realize Ian also recorded audio for us. My God.
the segmented speech you did, I was like, that's not Ian. And then as I closed my eyes, I was like, oh my God, he does do that. Hello. We are talking about World of Warcraft, the Shadowlands.
And I think it's just because it's how his slides line up when he's presenting about it, but yeah.
Oh my God, that was so good. Wow, Ian, love you, baby. Fucking don't do the Hearthstone thing, man. Come on, I'm begging you.
Now I'm just imagining these 4 characters, and I'm sorry, Kalis, I don't know what you look like IRL, so I just assume you're a
Night
feral
elf lady.
druid. Just this night elf, and then 3 humans standing in a semicircle eating their Lou Malnati's.
As that fucking song plays by Viper.
Well, I guess here's cheers to Ian for leaving us this review. Taking another shot here.
Yeah,
Thanks, Ian Hazacosto.
Yeah, love the account name, man. Just really under the radar. Nobody would ever think to find you. We have more reviews, but we're actually gonna we're gonna try to split them out. Let's get these shots for next week. But we see you and we hear you. We got 2 more on deck. So I don't know. Keep them commenting if you're different people. I'm not gonna advocate for vote stacks here, but
and I would love to start the show off with 4 shots, but I just don't know if it's for anyone's best interest. So I'll just do 2 each, I guess.
Speaking of listening to our fans, I'm going to take Kalis's suggestion and do a time warp.
Oh no, right off the beginning.
fucking A, man. Whoa. That's my time warp reaction. Whoa.
It can't be as spirited.
Wait, I mean, look.
So
it's a butt plug. The way I said whoa is a butt plug. See it? Look at here. Look at my ass. It's a butt plug. I'm going to screenshot this and show you guys later. It's a butt plug. My wave's a butt plug.
It took us till episode 120 to be like, whoa, my waves are weird, bro.
So I'm starting off this time warp with a shot, and I assume I'm going to be the one taking it because I suck at time warp.
Thanks to the reviews.
So, yeah, thank you. So, 40 seconds on the clock. I need you 2 boys to give me the official names of as many patches of World of Warcraft. Are you ready?
No.
Sure.
And begin.
Tides of
Chains
Vengeance.
of Domination.
Tides of Vengeance.
Is it just called Hellfire Citadel? I don't know what the name of that one is.
Tanan
Jungle.
Unleashed. Fury Unleashed.
I feel like I never committed these to memory, and I feel like I always thought it was weird that they named their patches.
The drums of war. The drums of war. Beat on. That's like the last one in Classic or something.
Tides of War? I don't know. You said Tides of Vengeance, I think. That was one of them in BFA.
Beneath the Sea. No, it's a podcast episode. How to trade your dragons.
One was about Nile of the Sleeping City.
God, What even
Why-
was the Nyalotha one?
Why you guys gotta do this to me? It's 1-1.
The names are so hard. Are you sure? Wait, the Drums of War wasn't a name of one?
No, the Drums of War is not one.
How about you, I don't know. You could do a tiebreaker where you give us fake ones and a real one.
Or how about this? What if you find like one of the dumbest named things, and we have to pick the expansion that it's in? If you can find the dumb named patch note title,
I will do that. Okay, so let me look upon my list here and just find the stupidest. Okay, it's less stupid and more this gives you nothing to go off of. So we'll go, we'll do Immune first and then Slide. So Immune, which expansion featured Landfall?
God, you're right. It does not seem to give much. I will go with No, wait. Ooh, I'm gonna go with Miss Pandaria, actually.
Well, there you go. That's it. It was patch 5.1.0, the beginning of the Pandaren campaign, Landfall.
wait, I don't get an attempt. I just lose. I didn't get to steal.
What do you think it is?
It's Miss Pandaria.
Okay, so that was a learning. You tied with that one. Okay, so
Wait, we can go back and forth until one of us misses, maybe.
Okay, how about Escalation?
Cataclysm.
What do you think, Immune?
Burning Crusade.
Nope.
Ice Crown Citadel. The fucking Wrath of the Lich King. Oh my god, these shots.
Nope.
Fucking BFA?
Nope.
Classic?
Nope.
Legion?
Nope.
Miss Pandaria?
There you go.
God, what is up with these mop names?
So I win, right?
I think
Sure.
that's fine. Yeah, let's just end it. Put it
This
out,
is a
out of its
wreck.
misery. Are you sure this is what you wanted, Kalis?
Yes, Caleb.
Are you sure you want more of these?
Oh my god, we're draining this vodka. This vodka's going down. Alright, well, here's your third shot in 20 minutes.
Here we go. I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry how you gotta feel right now. This man did, okay, for reference, 20 minutes before recording this podcast, not only did we eat a big heaping helping of elote, which is corn, mayonnaise, cheese, you also ate ice cream.
Yeah, and I did all this fully knowing that we were going to start off this episode with some shots. So, you know, my stomach is going to be in quite a way in like T-minus 5 to 10 minutes, I'm sure.
I'm very happy that it was a corn-based dish, even if it is just a side, because when you texted me, you said, we're having dinner. It's just a bowl of corn. And I was like, oh, they're just sharing a heap and helping of the yellow stuff, huh?
Listen, times are hard.
I understand.
We have done that with just a bowl of peas before, but...
Oh man, I'll eat a bowl of peas all day, every day. So how you feeling? How's that shot feeling?
They have all caught up to me, that is for sure. So I'm just going to transition here into something interesting that happened. And I tweeted out about it earlier, but did you guys see that they are removing the requirement for on all your alts to grind out the Venari rep in order to get all of the benefits of like the socketing and stuff?
Yeah, boy. I saw that.
That is a good change, because that shit, it's not like it goes faster on an alt. It is just as time gated as it was the first time.
It's really funny too, because I mean, I don't know how funny it is, but I have just now started to get back into my alts. I leveled a Paladin to 60, my DK to 60, but I've got my Demon Hunter up and going, and I was having fun. I'm feeling it, and then fucking Bolvar said, "All right, time to go to the mall in Torghast," and I was like, I'm gonna level somebody else now. But this change makes it so it's not as bad to go to the mall, I guess, right? Yeah.
Honestly, I've been leveling alts too. Like, I got my Horde Druid, Calmass, to max level, started gearing her up, and then that made me want to level up my other, like, Alliance Kultiran Druid, Garage, so I've been leveling him now too. And every time I hit max level, I realized you need to go through the Torghast intro campaigns, then grind Torghast again, just to get yourself a legendary, and I'm like, I don't want to do this again. I've only done it twice. Like, I did it on Metaloid, my Hunter, and my main, and I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Wait, so will you still be doing the meeting Venari stuff? I thought it was just, like, her daily quests you don't have to do.
So you don't need to grind the rep to get, like, to unlock, like, being able to, like, socket your gear or do all of her, like, other things that you unlock to make them a lot easier. You'll still have to grind Stygia to buy them, though, so I don't know. You'll still have to do dailies and things if you do want to buy those things.
Yeah, like, you can't just, like, send over your extra Stygia or whatever. But one good thing that it does do, which I didn't even consider until I saw on the Wahhead thing, was it makes the Great Vault option of Stygia really appealing on your alts. Because you can get quick sockets going, you can get quick conduits going, and so that's great because, like, your vault options probably aren't going to be the most poppin' your first couple of weeks playing the character, right? Like,
that's true. So, like, does any max level character just have a vault with nothing in it besides Stygia?
You know, I don't know. So like you're saying, like, if you don't do anything for the week and then you're max level, it's a good question.
Because I feel like that's what my Paladin's been like. I haven't done any keys or raided on him at all, but he's been 60.
I'm gonna assume you probably have to meet the requirements of one of the boxes before the Stygia option shows up, because it's like a or choose this button at the bottom.
Yeah, I always assumed it was you could choose it, but you had to actually have achieved something.
So we'll see if it's good. I mean, the answer is it is good. It obviously is good. But man, some people on Twitter, they already fucking were grinding Exalted on their alts, and I'm like, props to you. Like, I guess I get it, because I wouldn't have thought they would have made this rep account wide this soon. I guess soon's in quotes, though. Like, we're in a pretty long haul.
So, like, it was the reason I didn't do this on any other character. I was like, I will just never be able to socket anything on my Hunter. That is fine. He's an alt. That's just how it's gonna be. But other people took it the complete other way. Like, one of the top, like, replies in the Twitter thread I saw was that somebody had already grinded out Exalted on 4 of their alts. I'm like, I could not imagine how much fucking time you need to spend in the mall for that. That is ridiculous.
I hate being in there on my main, and I'm a druid. I don't even need the mount. I can go invisible, and I'm still like, fuck this place. Speaking of fuck this place, I am so sick of time walking this week. I can't believe y'all fuckers are excited for the Burning Crusade when I'm slogging through these dungeons, falling asleep literally in my chair. The Black Morass has to be the worst dungeon in WoW history. Maybe second to that Thrall one. Is that also BC?
I feel like all of the BC ones are really bad, because I don't know exactly which one you're talking about with the Thrall one, but is that also the
Escape from Durnhold?
Oh fuck! I hate that one too.
That is a BC era one.
No fucking way. Escape from Durnhold and the Black Morass are in the same pool of dungeons?
Black Morass is the one where you're in the swamp and you have to protect Medivh, right?
Yeah, you have to fight 18 big infinite dragonflight things. Like, fuck that.
Does this selection of dungeons also have the annoying one where you have to fight, like, the visions of, like, Jaina and Sylvanas and all that, and walking around in, like, the giant pit?
That one's Kata.
I think that's Kata.
Whew. But either way, I feel like we just had BC, like, a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah, they basically threw in a special edition time walking to, like, get hype for Burning Crusade Classic being announced. And that was, I think it was like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. But now it's back up again because it's in the regular rotation. And I assume if they alter anything in the rotation, it breaks their game for like God knows how long. So they were like, well, we got to do it again. But people want it.
Yeah, you just know that if they somehow tried to change the calendar, then like we wouldn't be able to queue into Mythic Plus dungeons or something random like that. Or we wouldn't be able to experience the lovely micro holiday that we just had this week.
Ooh, don't remind me. All of the fun I had.
I gotta remind you because we have another hot segment coming on in here, and that is our micro measurements. Is that the name of that we decided on this one?
I miss when DNR had integrity. They just called a segment on their award-winning podcast "Micro Penis Reviews."
You know what? We can do that.
To adhere to the fucking libs, we'll just call it micro measurements.
You know what? We can call it whatever the fuck we want. We're going to measure these micro holidays.
This week, we're going to call it March of the Micro Penis Murlocs.
So what is our official scale here again?
And they're pretty small. So those must be extra small. And if I remember correctly, I believe it is a 1 to 5.8 scale.
In reference to millimeters, correct?
Yes.
So what did you guys think? Like, how erect is this micro holiday?
This micro holiday, if I had to choose between erect and not erect?
No, between 0 and 5.8 millimeters.
So 0's bad because 0 is large, right?
No, 0 is non-existent.
0 is, yes, you are a Ken doll.
Okay, and we need to walk back through our thinking creating this. Wouldn't you want to have a good size micro penis? Wouldn't smaller be better?
Well, the way we did this last time was that the longer measurements meant that it was a better micro holiday.
Okay.
I believe we were looking at it from the lens of if a person has a micro penis.
Okay.
They're trying to get it as close to standard penis size.
Quotes. Yeah. Okay. I'm walking back to our raunchy selves from what was this, how long ago? 8 months ago? 9 months ago? We haven't honestly had an update. I can
tell you, it was the balloon day.
When was balloon day?
I don't know. But like in comparison, I wish that we had Balloon Day again.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Anyway, March of the Tadpoles fucking sucks. It's a Ken doll. It's a 0 on my book. It's horrible.
I'll be a little generous and give it a 0.5. No, wait. So 5.8 is max. So I'm going to give it a 0.5 millimeter.
So run me through, what could you do for this holiday?
So you arrive. Well, first off, you need to find the place. They don't give you very many context clues about where this is. They're like, go to the west ridge of Borean Tundra in Northrend. And these Murlocs they said that they were, quote, marching along the west ridge or something like that.
Yeah, put the biggest fucking quotes around marching. So I was like, we're going to find this without using Wildhead. And was I able to? Of fucking course I wasn't. I was in the West Ridge in Northrend, and I'm like, okay, surely there are Murlocs somewhere around me. No! I was on the complete wrong side of the map, because apparently the West Ridge is the name of the river that cuts through the entirety of Borean Tundra. There's no points at all that tell you where to go.
Yeah, so I guess the West Ridge is that body of water that separates Borean Tundra from Koldara. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I know you don't want to have rewards for this, but at the very least, have a quest giver in a main city that puts a marker over where you need to go. It's easy, simple as that. And they're not fucking marching. They're just walking around an iceberg.
So once you get there and you talk to former Sexiest NPC of the week, King Murgle, and you choose a tadpole, what happens next?
So you have a selection of various different Murloc tadpoles, and at this point I was still hopeful. I'm like, oh, look at all these little cute Murlocs with these different names and personalities. So I went over, I'm like, I'm going to pick you, Burbert. You are now my tadpole. This is cool. I select Burbert, and I finish the quest, and then Burbert disappears. And I'm like, well, is that the end of this? So I had to look it up. I guess you need to leave the zone and come back, and then your chosen tadpole respawns with a new quest. And again, this is bugged, I guess?
Okay, so bugged or not, I didn't know that was a thing. So I selected Bubbles. I said, Bubbles, we're going to have a great time. And then I didn't do anything. I said, is that it? You just pick your favorite one? And I left.
Well, let me tell you, there wasn't a whole lot more. The quest that Berbert gave me was, hey, I need help getting some, were they clams? Anyways, I had to, like, dive to the bottom of the ocean and get 10 of these, like, shells to help Berbert out. And then when I did that, then Berbert gave me another quest where I needed to slay this giant, sea creature that I guess was disturbing the Murlocs. And then I got a reward, like a quest reward. It's like a satchel that Berbert gave me. And inside of it was a rock. Just a trash item rock that was worth like 5 silver.
I got a rock as well, but it was shaped like a heart. That was my rock that I got. Or maybe it was a clam shaped like a heart. Either way, it's still a trash item worth nothing. Which is fine, but like, it was literally just 2 quests. And that's if you count picking a Murloc as a quest. That's not a quest. That's just picking a Murloc.
I can tell you what I got. I got my time wasted. The March of the Murlocs gets a -2. It gets a concave lower half.
Whew, I didn't even know that was on the scale. If that was the case, maybe I would have readjusted my scale a little bit. I did not enjoy this, honestly, but...
Like, I understand they don't want any rewards and it's to make the world feel alive, but the trek to get out there took longer than the quest did. And I did it on my mage. I ported directly to Northrend. And it's still, the flight to get to the part where I needed to be on the West Ridge was still longer than the actual content provided. This micro holiday sucks. You could pull out of the game and nobody would even notice. In fact, people would celebrate. We would.
So there you have it. We've had another thrilling micro penis holiday review.
I would rather do Balloon Day, like, tenfold than do this one again. At least Balloon Day, I can, like, maybe make fun of a stranger. That's something. I felt kind of bad because people were asking for help. Like, how do I get there? Where do I go? And I am like a fool. Instead of saying, no, just use your Hearthstone and leave, I gave them the coordinates. I pinned it on the map for them. I basically forced them to go out to that spot and do the content to be just as mad as we were. I could have saved them.
Can you fucking... Do you know what's going to go on with this shit? Hold on, go to these coordinates. It's a nothing burger. It's a fart in the wind.
Ooh, that fart in the wind sounded more entertaining than this micro holiday.
Yeah. The real question is, would you rather do March of the Tadpoles again? Or would you rather do the Black Morass dungeon after waiting 10 minutes in queue for it?
The dungeon. I might actually get like some kind of gear out of it, maybe.
But you may fall asleep and have to crawl into bed minutes later like I did.
It's true. When I came back from my walk and picking up the elote, he was asleep in bed, and I was like, what happened? And then his response is basically like, BC time walking.
This is a side note, but I hate that dungeon. Not only is it boring, but at the end, Medivh like spits a sick free verse about like, thank you, you've saved me. Now I can open the portal and bring the orcs in.
Yeah.
You made sure this happened for some reason. There is no point to any of this going correctly, but you did it. Hundreds will die. Thanks, bud.
But then the best part is everybody leaves before he's even done finishing his speech because, like, you don't have to wait. There's no rewards he's holding back from you. So everybody left, and I was just there watching Medivh's speech. He continued for, like, 2 minutes after everybody else had left. What? At least make us watch it. Like, I don't know. Force us to look at it.
Force us.
Dumb.
Speaking of forcing your audience to listen to something, here's Growl. Don't skip it. Don't skip her.
Well, hey, howdy, hey, sports fans. It's Growliina, coming to you live to give you the goods. I'm here today with my pal, Bud Knight. Bud, have you ever gotten worried that so many of us are going around dehydrated?
I don't know if I've ever thought of that.
I mean, I don't see many people drinking water. At least not now that the mage food is buns instead of water. And the only liquids I ever drink are potions.
You're not wrong, I guess. The only thing I've eaten recently is the feast at Raid last night.
Exactly. People are barely eating, barely drinking. What on Azeroth is propelling these people to keep going?
Magic, probably?
Oh yeah, I forgot we just have magic. Well, another mystery solved. Check back in next week for another John Walsh-style breakdown in this Growl on the Prowl.
I hope everyone out there listened to Growl on the Prowl to get the secret code word for your decoder ring.
Penis.
Drink more Ovaltine.
Drink more Ovaltine penis. That was it. You guys got it. You ruined it. Now they can skip past my masterpiece.
Good. Oh, tell him about the mysterious person who sent him the email. We have their identity now.
Yes. So I don't know if you've noticed, Aaron, but there's been this new person in the guild, a warlock whose name is Drag Race, who has been pretty chatty in the guild chat, and I believe he's almost like max level now. He's been leveling away, chatting with us about random things in the guild chat, and he whispered me today saying, quote, all he said was, "You're welcome for the email for Aaron's eyes only." I'm like, oh damn, that was you.
Drag Race, thank you.
Now you have to send them back a secret love letter.
I'm totally going to
Ust.
secretly chat with him, and then he'll say that he's 15, and I'll say,
yeah.
I don't care, and then it'll be a groom.
Turn this car around right now, sir. The brakes are on.
This is what, episode 120? We can have a scandal.
You can have a scandal. I ain't having a scandal.
They're gonna write about me on Warcraft Times like Aaron of Heroes Call Board. Oh,
We're gonna dig that one up for you. Be careful. You don't want Panzer coming after you for that one. You can't use her trademarked name, trade chat.
I still don't understand how somebody can have the ego thinking that they own the name Trade Chat when that's just like the game's IP, right?
The game doesn't even own it. I don't think Blizzard could even sue anybody saying that they own the IP trade chat. It's a chat where you trade in.
Regardless, it wasn't worth our time anyways, but
yeah, thank you.
yes, but shall we get started on like the beginning of the sexiest NPC of the world 2.0 Northwest bracket?
It is time. And we received a hefty nomination pool from the one and only Vanderlyle.
So, in a lot of ways, Vanderlyle carries this podcast. He always interacts with us. He's always got our back. I love this guy. And he submitted not one, not two, not three, like 9 nominations, like one per expansion of Sexiest NPCs. And they have all been entered into this bracket. So we will see all of them at some point. I believe one of them is in today's bracket, maybe 2. But then he also sent us a screenshot of all of his Proud and More characters saying that they're all very excited for the tournament to be back up, like in play here. And you know, these are some great names. We've mentioned them on the pod before. You know, we're talking Growliina, we're talking Growlpatine, we're talking Larry Busey, we're talking Carrie Busey, we're talking. He has the name The Best Baker, so he's very ready for this award show.
It sounds like he's ready to get voted to number 1.
Yeah, I mean, he did stack the deck by, he's probably responsible for about, like, what?
A lot.
like at least 1/6 of the pool.
I can just read the email because we're here.
Yeah, so his email is titled Sexiest NPC of the World 2.0. And he says, I have not submitted a Sexiest NPC yet because it's not fun if I already know who it is. One of the best parts is the unpredictability of the reveal. He says, best Monster Hunter ASMR podcast ever. Here are my Extreme Rules nominations, one from each expansion. And then he lists for vanilla, he entered Pained. Is that how you pronounce it? Or is it Painted?
Yes,
I'm not sure.
I believe Pained.
Yeah, so she was the night elf who was Jaina's bodyguard, I believe.
Hot.
Now she's a big pile of dust.
Spoilers.
Well, hot still. But for TBC, we got Terran Gorefiend, which iteration would that be?
Just keep going. Just go through all the names. We can get to those later.
From Wrath, we have Susi the Banshee. From Kata, we have Cenarius. From Mop, we have the Twin Consorts. From Wad, Urella's back, baby. Finalist last year.
She's back on the menu. Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Ow! From Legion, we have Sally Whitemane. BFA, we have Gorak Tool, which was already in because we had named him this year. So I guess that's he's throwing his name in the hat for Gorak Tool. And then from Shadowlands, we have none other than Miss Lady Moonberry herself. I'm surprised we didn't name Lady Moonberry.
I thought you know what? We probably had plans to put her in, but then we had all those weeks where we didn't do Sexiest. We had so much else to talk about that she got left out in the dust.
So Vanderlyle's got our back. He knows exactly what we need to have on the menu for this tournament.
Okay, so realistically, you guys said you wanted to get through the entire Northwest bracket by the end of this podcast. Is this possible?
Yes, absolutely. We just got to dive right in.
Okay, because I'm looking at this first bracket, and I'm already torn on who to pick.
So our first matchup in this bracket is Corin Direbrew versus Severus the Outcast and versus Theldruin the Lost.
Now, you may be asking yourself, who and who? Because obviously, we all know Corin Direbrew, right? The other two's names are a little bit more lost to time. Severus the Outcast is the NPC who's just a Harry Potter reference because he kills Rod and Harry and whatever in BFA. But if you're asking yourselves, who the fuck is Theldruin the Lost? Bitch, this is the guy who he's a baller. He's in the Badlands, right? Yeah, like the dwarf out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one.
My man got real big, and he fucking decked Deathwing in the face. He ran up to him and he punched him in the face.
So this is a deceivingly hard matchup, and we had a little bit of input. We posted this on Twitter a few days ago to see if any listeners had any input, and our boy Mike did say that he pictures Severus and Valera making it to the top of this bracket. So there is a little bit of support outside of the podcast for Severus as well.
Well, I'm sorry, fucking Mike, but I'm gonna go first. My boy Theldruin the Lost, I want him into the next round.
Well,
he may not be a looker, but if you punch Deathwing in the fucking face, you deserve a round 2.
Okay. Now I will throw in. I'm not voting for Severus the Outcast, but I'd like to remind you, this is the sexiest NPC of the world 2.0. And if you don't think Severus the Outcast has tons of screaming girl fans of Harry Potter behind him saying, oh, he only gang stalked Lily occasionally because she promised that the baby and he loved her, you're underestimating how sexy this man is for being a decrepit, nasty little bone horny dude.
But then we have Corin Direbrew, who is like the staple of Growlina's favorite holiday.
That is true. But you know what? I fucking hate that dude sometimes, because he didn't drop my RAM for 3 years.
Well, it's funny because I'm actually going to give my vote to Corin Direbrew for a similar opposite reason. He gave me my Kodo on my 3rd try. He is a Dark Iron representative who's out there living in the Grim Guzzler. One of the sexiest name locations you can think of. He's guzzling Grim down there.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
Now I'm
forgot
torn.
He was in the Grim Guzzler.
Damn. Okay.
Immune, what are you thinking?
I feel like I'm kind of the tiebreaker here because we have like an outside party voting for Severus, and we have Aaron voting for Theldruin, and we have Slide voting for Corin. All of us are making good points here, but I honestly think I may have been swayed by Slide's last comment about the Grim Guzzler. That is pretty sexy.
As much as I love Theldruin's ability to punch Deathwing in the face, is it more so his ability to punch Deathwing in the face, or lie and get two sexy ladies that he punched Deathwing in the face? But if the lie works and he gets two sexy ladies, fuck, that makes him sexy. Right? Like, by proxy.
No, because he didn't get the ladies. That was his orc
orc
friend who
did.
got the ladies.
Oh, no.
And you know what? I don't mean to take the drama out of the situation, but as soon as you mentioned the Grim Guzzler, it was over. I'm shifting my vote to Corin Direbrew.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap this one up. We are 3-0 here. Corin Direbrew moves on to the next round.
And now Theldrin the Lost becomes Theldrin the one who lost.
He needs some milk!
So up next, I think this might be one of the toughest matchups in our entire bracket, not even just the Northwest bracket. Here we have the General Dr. Avon, General Draven himself. We have the twin consorts. We have Sally Whitemane, and then we have, the sexy Great Vault and all of its confines.
This is what I was referencing when I said, do you think we'll be able to figure out this bracket by the end of this episode? This is, you randomized this shit, right? You didn't stack this fucking deck?
No, if I was stacking the deck, I would put General Draven in his own bracket by himself with a bunch of losers.
Because this is legitimate. These four people could easily... I'm sorry, 5. Twin Consorts is 2. These 5. These 4 nominees could easily be the winners of each respective bracket on their own. It's crazy, Marty.
It's unfair, Marty.
Well, I talked to Big Game on the twitter.com thread and said that I had to rep my girl Sally Whitemane. But in media res, you told me that Vanderlyle suggested the Legion version of Sally Whitemane.
Yes,
which means
this is what I was going to bring up.
Horsemen of the Apocalypse version, which is not hot. I do not respect the Horsemen.
Whoa, what do you mean you don't respect the Horsemen? What are you fucking talking about?
I don't respect the Horsemen.
I'm with Aaron
What
on
the
here.
fuck?
I think one of these days we need to straight up nominate, like, human Scarlet Crusade Sally Whitemane as a Sexiest NPC. But if this is undead version, I'm not voting for this.
Excuse me. Now, I am, once again, not saying I'm voting for this person, but the inner Alan in me is going to speak now. Do you guys realize that the 4 horsemen have saved the world literally multiple times when y'all were sleeping in your order halls? Y'all were asleep when the 4 horsemen ran up on everybody.
I refuse to stand any group that features Nazgrim Guzzler himself and King Stromboli.
He's the best human we've ever given birth to. He defended our kingdoms from the smelly orcs that we spit on today. The same ones. Now,
my vote goes to the General Doctor.
I need to just nail this right away, actually. Okay, he's my soulbind. I can't not vote for the guy. Also, he's not only a general, a military general. You gotta respect that. He's also a doctor. He's very intelligent, very sexy.
we are not giving the other candidates a fair shake. Did you two even do your twin consorts research? I'm gonna say you guys didn't. Did you?
So it's the boss in Pandaria, and they are twin. They're like, what are they called? They're like elementals, right?
Excuse me. Let me read the adventure guide to you of the twin consorts, and you'll see why they deserve a fucking fair shake. First of all, there's 2 of them. That means 4 titties. Second of all, the twin consorts are said to be the greatest of the Thunder King's treasures, rumored to be the only known female Mogu in existence. Li Shen keeps his trophies close in their combined arsenal against the interlopers closer. These two are the only ones fucking the men!
I was gonna say, they're literal trophy wives.
I'm sorry. Everything looks good below the neck. Everything works out. But then we got big goofy headdresses, and we got, you know what? It's unpopular, but I'm going to say it. We got Mogu face. These bitches got Mogu face.
They're in the traditional outfits, and you mock them on the main stage.
I'm sorry. They got Mogu face.
Also, we didn't even talk
My
about
vote stays with the doctor.
The Great Vault is cavernous, with many prizes inside of her. You crawl into the depths of the slimy vault, and you pull out one of the most beautiful phallic weapons you've ever had this week. Let me tell you, the Great Vault bestowed her juices upon me, and I felt an immediate increase in power.
The Great Vault may be a sex pot, but you know what else she's full of? 213 gear you already had. So you have to go home with 750 Stygia, and that's all you get for your hard work. I love you, Great Vault, but you did me wrong. You know who hasn't? General Doctor.
These vents are stacking the deck. My vote goes to the Great Vault for the work that she's putting out there for every person on Azeroth. Dr. Avon only cares about his own people. Do you know how much I've seen of this bitch?
That is
nothing.
That is patently untrue. He helps.
No.
He helps the Necrolords too.
He which is what, 2 players in existence? Who's a Necrolord?
I mean, Alan was just on the podcast like
a minute ago. 17 of your ult.
If Alan could choose to not be a Necrolord, he would.
I will say...
He had time. He had a literal choice.
He was forced
to not
into it. He had a gun to his head by Dr. Avon. He said, you have to join them, not me, because we don't want your kind here.
Like how he's like, no, not the vents here. You have to join them. Go to that flagpole.
I 100% acknowledge, though, if the Great Vault was in a different matchup, I would 100% probably vote for the Great Vault, because, like...
I agree.
It's so sexy. It's so funny. I just love everything about that candidate, but...
You guys came out here, you closed your eyes when the Empire was talking, and you said, I'm picking my boys still. I just watched Immune scroll past it as he put in Dr. Avon in the winner's bracket without even acknowledging what I was saying. Wow.
I gotta do what I gotta do, and I think the listeners will agree. General Dr. Avon, too sexy to pass up in this round.
Too sexy.
He only has 2 tits.
You don't know that.
Our next one's also kind of hard, though, guys. We have Margrave Stradama, we have the Shade of Akama, we have Valera Sanguinar, and we have Grand Empress Shekzara.
Oh, wait, so you completely redrew the brackets? I thought you just added people in.
No, so many candidates were added thanks to both Cubby Bub and Vanderlyle that I just needed to re-roll the entire bracket. Like, it wasn't going to fit otherwise.
I just realized that. I was looking at the old one sometimes. I love the old bracket was amazing because it was Shade of Akama versus Matthias Shaw. Was that the old bracket?
Yeah, that was so Matthias was gonna get an easy out, but now he's gotta fight real people.
Okay, so let's fucking think here. The answer is pretty obvious. Shade of Akama, not sexy. I did chain him up for a lengthy amount of time.
Yeah, I was going to come out and just say that I don't think that the Grand Empress Shekzara is as sexy as these other candidates. I mean, maybe I'm just not into giant bug women, but, it's definitely somebody's kink.
These human eyes skew too much.
Not to force my hand, but I don't know if you boys are familiar with the term bodies, specifically catching bodies during a specific period. There is no one on this list who catches more bodies in her time than Grand Empress Shekzara. You go and you look at her, what do you see on the ground? 75 piles of bones. That's a hot-ass bitch. That said, my vote goes to Valera.
I mean, I do look at this, and I think Valera is objectively probably the hottest. I also don't know if we can overlook Margrave Stradama. She's also pretty shapely.
Yo, not only is she shapely, she's our World of Warcraft hentai queen. She's got tentacles coming out, and it's fucking everybody in these dungeons. Everybody has been fucked by a Margrave Stradama tentacle, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
I can't agree with that.
Sometimes I've gotten slapped down by one, got B-rezzed, got immediately slapped down by another one, just because I was down so bad, you know?
So, for me personally, I feel like it's the traditionally sexy Valeera versus the... I don't want to say non-traditionally sexy old lady tentacle Stradama ooze lady, but the non-traditionally sexy old ooze ghost lady with tentacles Stradama. Like, what a weird sexy. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking weird.
It is, and you're not wrong at all. But I also do have to note that our boy Mike did cast his support behind Valeera as well. I think I might have to agree and cast my vote for Valeera. I mean, at some point you just have to look at someone so objectively sexy, right?
At some point, my cursed, horrible heterosexuality needs to show up and be like, objectively, Valeera does look good.
All right, I will concede a Valeera victory, but let it be known that my vote goes to the non-traditionally sexy ghost ooze tentacle lady Stradama.
A very respectable choice.
The worst part of finding these out is when the goofs and gaffs need to be set aside, and that really hurts me. I'm sorry, Stradam. I'm sorry, Great Vault.
The goofs and
I've
gags
done
never
poor things tonight.
have to be set aside. They never have to be. We make the fucking rules. We decide what's sexy.
Well, we have another chance to redeem ourselves in this next match here. We have the Stone Golem. We have Celestine of the Harvest. We have Tradova. And we have Lady Moonberry.
I'm just putting out some adventure guides for people because, like, sometimes you get surprised. Like the twin Nogu bitches, that surprised me. They're the only two fucking the male Mogu.
So, Aaron, I know you have a Worgen bias. Does this edge Celestine of the Harvest up past the others?
So, this is what I will say. There are 2 Worgen on this list, and the other one is in a losing matchup. I know. So, I do have to go with Celestine. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be on my truth here. Celestine has 3 forms. The human form doesn't look so good, and the gross abomination form is awful. So, as much as it pains me, I gotta go with my high-flying party queen, Vanderlyle suggested, Lady Moonberry. It hurts me deep inside, but I gotta live in this truth.
So, like, the thing is, Lady Moonberry is, like, all-powerful. More powerful than we know, I think, currently. She is a fun lady. Like, I want to agree, but have you considered the Stone Golem?
I was gonna say, listen, the Stone Golem. Are we gonna cut all the goofs and gags out immediately and choose the actual what perception of beauty is to the eye, or are we gonna look deep into the souls of our almost non-living beings, aka a pile of rocks, and tell that pile of rocks you're not sexy? Is that what we're gonna do today?
I mean, I don't want to. The big thing is, I don't want to set them up for disappointment. Because unless we have the second best Baker's Award show next to that waterfall, you know they're not going to be able to make it there because their leash is too short.
Okay.
Very true. That is very valid. We would have to hold this award show underneath that waterfall if the Stone Golem made it to the Final Four.
Hear me out. Do we not owe the Stone Golem of BFA that first round entry? I want you to close your eyes and I want you to remember the first time you encountered the Stone Golem, when you tried to solo him and you just weren't enough. You had to come and you had to call your friends to have a gangbang on that Stone Golem. Sure, as the months went on, you were able to solo him easily in like 15 seconds. What an easy lad. But the very first time, it took so much effort to get him to go down on you.
Everyone remembers their first time, you know?
Slide, you have a way with words when it comes to these events. Stone Golem, I don't find to be particularly sexy. But you know what is sexy is that just like the three of us, each and every day, he was out there in BFA trying his hardest. And that's something to think about.
Just fester on that moment and just throw your vote behind the stone golem. Aaron, what say you? What is your vote today? Do you stick with your vote or do you move it?
I have to stick with my vote because I value what Immune has to say. Immune, it is on you.
Oh God, no. Okay, so my thing is, I fucking adore Lady Moonberry. She's, I think, one of my favorite new characters in this expansion. I think she's beautiful, but I don't know if she's particularly sexy.
That is fair.
Like, something about, like, the small fairy woman, I don't know is, like, particularly sexy, but, like, I acknowledge that she's an all-powerful being that's a lot of fun, and I think one of the coolest NPCs we've seen in a while.
I'm not gonna lie, something about the fairies being childlike and having that weird neutral crotch area that's very blatantly in your face at every single time you talk to them makes me really uncomfortable. With the little furry toes in your face. Get out of here! Like, fly, like, below my face, please, Lady Moonberry. Or is she flaunting what she has and she's showing off the goods?
I am officially voting for the Stone Golem, I think. I said it last time, I think we nominated him as Sexiest NPC. He has a lot of different phallic figures to his body that you could ride and have a good time on. So I feel like he is very sexy, sexier than anyone would give him credit for. We may have to hold the SAFABBAS underneath this waterfall.
This is most sexy because I cast my vote for Tredova, the secret slug bitch who fills me with slime every time I see her.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
I feel like we undercut a major emotional moment there. I mean,
yeah.
fucking, my vote goes to Stone Golem.
Wait.
Sorry, Slide, I guess.
Wait. Okay, we need rules on changing your vote. You know what?
You shouldn't have made such a good case for him.
You know what?
He won.
Okay, Stone Golem advances to the round, which I find to be excellent, honestly, because it's my second pick. However, how about this? Let's spice it up here. Let's make a no changes rule, bitch. Not now, no changes unless we deem the change vote worthy. We can vote on the vote change, but you can't freeball change it. We're gonna do mafia rules.
Okay, so once we say that we're voting for something, it's locked in unless everyone agrees.
So you need to hold your vote to the last second because your vote is valuable. We need to talk with the candidates and we gotta move them forward.
But I'm the vote first guy. That's what they call me on the subreddit.
The subreddit has been canceled.
Do we have a DNR subreddit now?
It's just
me.
Okay. Okay, so now we are into the next round of this bracket, and we are back up to the top, and we have Corin Direbrew versus the General Dr. Raven.
I'm voting for General Dr. Raven.
I also am voting for the General Dr. Raven.
I'm voting for Corin Direbrew. Fuck you guys. You guys are stacking. This is bull. I need somebody. Can we get a fourth podcast host who's not a Venthier just for like 2 weeks? During this, so long as takes. This is bullshit. He's gonna win, and I can't do anything about it. We need to have like a lotto vote where my vote's worth randomly 3 votes for some reason.
Maybe we can do some kind of like fan poll in the final 4.
They're not gonna answer.
They can be the 4th vote.
Listen, everybody, vote against Dr. Raven now. Now it's a Ruben Studdard moment.
Excuse me, I smell collusion.
hey, Ian Kalis, the Viper
D Rapper and William C.
Yes, please. Can all of you come and email me?
This is some serious 2007 American Idol #rock the vote bullshit happening here.
I'm gonna get my 9 phones with prepaid bubble cards and vote for Aiden. What's even his name? Clay Aiken. Aiden. Who's Aiden?
My cousin.
My cousin Aiden.
All right.
But okay, our next matchup, we have the sexy Valera Sanguinar against the seductive Stone Golem.
We just set up Valera to get an easy win after we sucked.
Except fucking, there is nothing that would make my heart skip more than Valera having a glint of hope in her eye and getting crushed. My vote goes to the sassy, sexy Stone Golem.
Okay, before I vote, because our votes are final, I'm going to do a little reading about the Stone Golem on Wowhead to see what the people are saying about him. Also, I had this thought. I didn't do it today, but what if we walked around like Orbos and we just asked random people in /S, who's sexier, Stone Golem or Valera? Or like, you know what I mean? Like we asked them like about matchups. That'd be great to bring to the podcast next week. We have some like, this person from Kilrog says that they want fucking Valera to die. You know what I mean? It'd be here we go. Leah Storm says, this quest is pretty easy now, because there's always 5 to 20 people waiting to form a group. Ooh, has the Stone Golem become too easy? Are too many people running a train through Stone Golem? Does that equal unsexiness? No, it doesn't. It's freedom. It's virility.
I think I am ready to cast my vote in this matchup, and I think my vote also lies with the Stone Golem.
That's 3 for Stone Golem.
Yes, suck it, Valera. You with your licorice ass armor, go back home. Go home. Go in your hole.
You know what that means, though, boys? Our final 2 of the Northwest bracket is rock hard, baby. We got the General Dr. Avon, a Stoneborn himself, up against the Stone Golem.
Now let's hold the votes.
I can grab a hold of some granite in either hand.
Let's discuss without voting who is sexiest. Let's think about. They're both made of rock, right? One's more natural, formed in nature, born on his own, and one had to be sculpted by somebody else who made him look like everybody else who already existed in this army. What stands them out from all the other stone people in the world?
I already told you his credentials. He's a general of war. He has a doctorate. That's all I need.
Has anybody asked Stone Golem if he has a doctorate? No.
He is a dentist.
A DDS, that's just as money-making as a doctor and or a general.
So we're talking Stone Golem DDS.
Not only is he a DDS, he's a fucking orthodontist. And those people make the most fucking money. I had braces. They're expensive for what? It's metal in your fucking mouth. Like, goddamn.
Do you think he's part of Britt Baker's practice?
Definitely. Britt Baker is totally an orthodontist. You know she has the Stone Golem employed underneath her.
Oh my god.
I'll just let you guys cast your votes right now so we can move on with the Northwest. That's why you fuckers said it wouldn't take very long. You made up your minds long before we sat down here and looked at this fucking bracket.
I mean, I did look at the bracket. Like, it was all over the internet.
I looked at the bracket too, and I pulled up wiki articles for every single person. I pulled up, you guys were like, my boy's gonna get this easy bracket win.
I mean, when it's right, it's right. I have to cast my vote for my soulbind Dr. General Avon himself.
Stone Golem.
My heart says that I should vote for one. But right as my finger approached the vote button, I remember that it is currently April 7th, 2021, and Shadowlands has been out for approximately half a year. And General Dr. Avon has not told his people to let me move after the supply run in half a year. General Dr. Avon, you made it this far, but you are not going to the finals.
Whoa.
My
you
vote
said this on the
goes
podcast
to
before.
Stone
but
Golem.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half.
No! I actually don't 100% think that he's the one that
It
carries you
isn't
around
him,
during
but
that
he
quest.
could tell them. He has been in contact with that guy for at least 5 months, and he has let me languish for all that time. Stone Golem may have a weird small leash rate, but at least he works.
So we have our winner of the Northwest bracket, and that is none other than Stone Golem DDS, baby!
Can you imagine a worse thing to be working in your mouth than Stone Golem? He doesn't have fingers, and so he's like trying to hold like the drill like in your mouth.
I don't think that there's a single part of his body that could fit into a person's mouth.
And that's what makes him so alluring.
There's one part of his body that I want to fit in my mouth, I can assure you that.
His pebbles.
Yeah. His pebbles.
Well, there you have it. Next week, shall we move on to the Southwest bracket then?
Yeah. I don't know what the other ones look like anymore since the change. But I vote Southwest.
And I guess it's time for us to begin wrapping up here. Shall we head on into our top toot, bottom boot, or medium moot of the week?
Sounds good.
Yeah, boy.
Slidewhistle, what you got?
I think I may have a top toot.
Toot toot.
I think I may have found an alt to work on. My Demon Hunter, my OG Slidewhistle.
Oh, I miss him.
But so it's funny. I originally started leveling in an Ellie Shaman, my Dark Iron Dwarf Bludgeon. But then I hit like 50. I hit 54 on her, and I was like, "This is fun." But what does melee feel like at low levels? And then I got on my Demon Hunter, and I leveled him to 60. Way past her to max.
And I look over there, and I've actually been casually saying for a while that I want to level a Demon Hunter for the first time ever. And one of the main reasons is just how fucking fun, like, the Night Fae ability, the Hunt, looks. Like, that looks so badass.
Which is so fucking funny. My original thought for picking a Demon Hunter was I was going to go Venthyr, because I feel like Slidewhistle, the Demon Hunter, vibes more with the Venthyr than the other Covenants. And then I got to the part where I had to choose my abilities and my Covenant spells and stuff. And there was no button that was more fun to press than the Hunt, which is the Night Fae ability. So now I fucking have 2 Night Fae characters, when one's my main, and I'm like, really? Are you for real? I'm getting the same fucking story now because it's a stupid ability. It's so fun.
Not even just that. You have, like, 2 Night Fae melee leather-wearing night elves.
Yes, I do. Because my hunter,
oh boy,
my hunter and my Death Knight are Necrolord, and my shaman is Venthyr. And yep, somehow I managed to stick both night elf leather wearers in the Night Fae camp. And I had thoughts of leveling my priest, just to be immune and holy healing. And then I realized I would also make her Night Fae, and guess what? She's also a night elf. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? How am I going to be the person that has the same covenant 3 times over? Like, I swore to God I would ever be this person, and I'm doing it right now actively and thinking about it. But my Demon Hunter has been fun, and the Hunt's a great button. So, I don't know, they just made Night Fae abilities so fun to press. Like, it's not fair.
Yeah, when I'm leveling these druids, like, I just had to pick Night Fae as well, just because Convoke just feels so good to press.
My Survival Hunter is a Necrolord for PvP, but every guide says to make him Night Fae, because Wild Spirits is great for them. And I'm just like, but I don't want to be a Night Fae forever. I want to try something else.
I feel like all guides just tell you to be Night Fae.
They do.
The mage ones, all of them. I think they're being paid off by Big Moonberry over there.
That's why she lost so early.
Yeah, she tried to rig the votes here, but nope.
But yeah, that's my top 2. Just playing on my Demon Hunter. What about you, Aaron? What's your top 2 medium boot, bottom boot?
I unfortunately come to you with a bottom boot this week. I was getting my Ember Court ready. I had all the invitations. I began it, and as it began, as the doors opened, I pulled up my listing to make sure that, like, everyone was there. And I, despite getting the hat, despite getting the invitation, had not clicked on Rendell and Cudgelfist's invitation.
No!
So shamefully,
You immuned it!
I did. I had a 3-person party, and it was very boring. I had a bunch of relaxing stuff, and Cudgelfist wasn't even there to appreciate it.
Oh, feels so bad. Literally, that's been me for the last 2 weeks because I fucking suck at the Ember Court.
And you know what? The Ember Court recently has just been buffs and, like, 1 cosmetic item, so I doubt they would have given me much. But, like, maybe they would have. Maybe there's like, this is the time we were gonna give you the bat, but
No, 'cause you didn't accept our invitation.
Is it a different... Does the Ember Core have a different bat than the one you already have?
No. But I want that bat again. I want Cuddlefist to give it to me.
God, I'm still trying to get that bat.
But it was very sad and it was boring because I swear they throw more things at you if you have more people. So there was a solid 6 minutes where I didn't do anything. I just laid on my face and was like, I guess this is it. This is all I'm doing today. But next week, I got Alexandros Morgraine, so you know this shit's about to be litty. And by litty, I mean we're about to have a safe, polite party.
So you're gonna invite Moonberry to fuck shit up?
She was here this week, but she barely got to fuck shit up because she was like, it's boring here. She kind of just sat on her phone the whole time. I'm like, are you having fun? And she's like, I'm not having fun.
These damn Gen Zers.
Will you smile if I promise to vote for you later? Maybe. But she didn't.
R.I.P.
Anyways, Immune. What is your TTBBMM?
Well, my bottom boot is my soul by not making it out of this bracket. Just kidding. I have a top 2 this week, and it is the fact that I've just been really enjoying alts this week, and I feel like now's the time to do it. It's a little bit of a lull, and I've just been enjoying leveling all these different alts through different covenants, and I think my next step is I'm gonna try to gear up my druid once it gets to max level and see what happens there. And
Nice!
I don't know, I guess it just gives me something to do. Eventually I'll start doing some achievements probably, but for now it feels good to just level up these alts.
And then you can join the Night Fae Supremacy and having all of your alts be Night Fae as well.
Yeah, because I fell into the hunter trap of needing wild spirits, which is a really fun covenant ability, I will say that. But yeah, my next alt is also going to be Night Fae, so here we are.
They made some shit abilities. For Demon Hunter Necrolord, their ability is it literally spawns an ad that you have to fight. And if you kill the ad, it does damage like a bomb to enemies and it heals you. How stupid is that?
That's not good.
That's actually really bad.
The only caveat is that they tweaked it later, and they said, oh, but if you use your Throw Glaive on it, then Throw Glaive will immediately destroy it, and then it dies. And it's like, why can't you just have it spawn and then immediately explode? What's the fucking difference?
Or does it hurt you? Does it attack you? Or no?
So what happens? It spawns. It comes after you. If you press Throw Glaive, it immediately will just blow it up 100%. It will always kill it immediately. If you throw a glaive at it. So then you have to hold on to your glaive and never use it and wait until the ad spawns and go yeah, and then it blows up.
What if it gets to you though before you do that?
It does melee damage because it's an ad.
That's so dumb.
Just make it explode. Make it a bomb. Who fucking cares? Anyway, yeah, that's it. Oh, wait, we're done now, right? Hey.
Yeah.
If you have any comments, questions, complaints, it's never too late to send in a Sexiest NPC. Send them in, and we'll make Immune change the brackets for the rest of the 3 because you wanted to do it. So send in an email or nomination to donotRelentPod@gmail.com or tweet at us on Twitter at DoNotRelentPod. Did your favorite lose? Send them the nomination form again. Maybe they can sneak in. Who knows? What about you guys?
Oh my god, you're creating chaos here, but
we make the rules. What about you guys? Where are you guys at on the internet?
You can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at NewEraAlex, or you can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent. You can give us reviews on Warcraft Radio, Podcast Directory, or literally wherever you're allowed to do it, Apple Podcasts or something. We'll read the reviews and take a shot in your honor.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at TheBigAcheesy on Twitter.com. And you can read our literary musings at DoNotRelent.livejournal.com. I'm just single mother from Philippines, 44, not special.
And with that, we're out of here. Bye. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.